How we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 34 of our West Ham United career mode. We get things underway with transfer deadline day. For Francisco Rodriguez, of course, our young right midfielder we bought in the January transfer window last season. We actually do get an offer for him to go on loan to Wigan in the Championship, so we go ahead and go through with that. Deadline day goes through without anything real big happening, and then, what? The Luis Suarez experiment at Barcelona is over. £62 million brings him back to the Premier League, to Manchester City. Obviously, they needed a striker to fill the void when they sold Aguero to PSG. And with that, they do so by bringing back the former Liverpool star, Luis Suarez, to the Premier League. So what a deal. We then can take a look at some of the transfers the team's made. You can see Chelsea brought in Jackson Martinez. Arsenal brought in Dzeko, so definitely a striker was needed. Everton's only move was to bring in Vlaar from Aston Villa. Fulham brought in a couple of players. Hull brought in Jansen for $4.6 million. Lavezzi came to Liverpool from PSG, like he's actually linked in real life, so an interesting deal there. United bring in just a few young players on loans. One on Newcastle's big move was to bring in Vargas from Napoli, was on loan at QPR last year. He actually came into Newcastle. Then this year, Mauricio, the center back, came into Southampton while they sold Pablo Osvaldo to Vitesse, I think. Lloris left to go to Barcelona, so he was their big transfer in. Suarez, of course, their big transfer out. So they strengthened the back line in exchange for what they do in the front. And, of course, then a bunch of transfer moves by us. Delph, Rabiot, Oxlade-Chamberlain, players of that nature coming into the squad. A lot of players that were listed there actually went out on loan. So those are the moves we make. And with that, we come into a game in the Capital One Cup away at Leeds United, a team that used to be a real force to be reckoned with in the First Division / Premier League back, in the 70s and whatnot have you, as well as the early 2000s and things like that. But now they're back in the Championship, and a team that we're going to have to contest with. They're coming out in a 4-4-2 diamond with Adrian, their real focal man in the cam position right there. The former Flamenco man is playing in the cam position, the Brazilian, so we'll see if he can do any damage. Whereas for us, we're going to come out in a 4-4-1-1. You can see our youngster Thomas in the lineup, O'Brien, Tompkins, Collins, and Cresswell across the back line. Thiago Cairo, our youngster scout of future star that we signed last year, getting his first game action. Rabiot coming into play, Keontae Malfitano, Nolan Singh in the cam position, with Connor Wickham, our late transfer signing, coming in for his first official appearance for West Ham United. So fantastic. We'll see if he can do the business and show kind of potential he has and potentially work his way into the line. And we start things off. Keontae getting the ball, plays it forward to Nolan. Simple little through ball for Connor Wickham. Wickham does well to get around his man, and bang, top corner. Welcome to the club, young sir. Connor Wickham, get in, puts one in the top corner. The goalkeeper sort of looked a little confused. He wasn't sure if he wanted to come out and challenge Wickham. He eventually sat off, and Connor was able to just scoop the ball up into the top corner off of a beautiful through ball played to him by Kevin Nolan, and it gives us an early 1-0 advantage. Look at him just showing off all the attributes that he has. He uses his strength to hold off that defender and win the ball. Then he uses a little bit of pace to get around the challenge, a little bit more strength as he turns back into on his strong foot and puts the ball right where he wants to. You can see the goalkeeper kind of caught no man's land. It's a perfectly placed shot, and Connor Wickham opens his account with West Ham United with an absolutely beautiful goal in the 12th minute. So fantastic start to his West Ham United career, and hopefully it'll be a very prosperous career at that. Leeds then come back, and Thomas here. It's a little bit of a weak shot, but I want to show it because it's his first save in a West Ham United shirt for the senior team. His first senior appearance, and that is just fantastic to see. A guy we brought through our youth academy, not scout a future star or anything, just came through the youth academy, has great potential, and hopefully we can see a lot of him. Wickham then with another great chance, showing the ability he has on the ball, turns inside the defender, but his finesse shot just goes just wide the bar. Then get Rabiot, our signing from Paris Saint-Germain, lays the ball out wide to Aaron Cresswell, then forward to Thiago. That's what I'm going to call him, Thiago, because Cairo is, it's fine, but I love calling him Thiago. It's a great name, and I love saying Thiago out on the wing with the ball. That's what we're going to go with, and that's who had the ball. Started a nice little offensive move there, but a good save by the Leeds United keeper. Leeds then coming out the other way, and we do get a bit fortunate. They get a shot past our youngster Thomas, but it does come crashing off the bar and stays away from the back of the net. We're able to clear up the danger. Thiago then played through by Rabiot yet again. Showing a nice little bit of skill. Turns around the ball, plays it through to Connor Wickham. Great little bit of skill here. Look at the dribbling he has in tight quarters. He doesn't seem to get phased at all And Kevin Nolan, after Wickham's shot is blocked, is on hand. He does the chicken man dance after smashing it in the back of the net. And it's a beautiful 2-0 lead in just the 27th minute. Wickham, so much calmness, coolness on the ball. His shot does get blocked, but Nolan right on hand just comes up firing and smashes the ball past the keeper with absolutely no chance from 10 yards. It's not going to be stopped from that. As long as you don't put it directly at the keeper, you're going to put it in the back of the net. And the chicken man dance is back on. And Kevin Nolan, I'll tell you what, fair play to the lad. I left him in that position where he supports the striker that he does like playing, and it gave him a lot more influence on the ball that he's playing off of Wickham and things like that, and he played an absolutely unbelievable game. Kevin Nolan played really, really well. Credit to him. He's trying to work his way back in line because he got few and far between games as we got closer and closer toward the end of last season, but he looked absolutely fantastic in this game. Wickham missed another chance here. Keontae getting forward on the right-hand side, lays it off with a nice backheel to Amalfitano, who then is challenged rashly and roughly by Bianchi there, who takes him out. Referee doesn't award a card, but we do get a free kick from 31 yards. Aaron Cresswell with his left foot goes to step over it. And oh my goodness, what a free kick. He's the next Gareth Bale. Aaron Cresswell only scores wonder goals. He's the next Gareth Bale with a wand of a left foot just like that. A young left back coming up, and maybe that's what he's going to turn into. I don't think he will, obviously. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But what an absolute stunner of a goal from the former Ipswich man. He's played Leeds many times in the Championship. Now he plays him in the Cup here. He's with West Ham, his second full season with the Hammers. And what about that for a strike? He just gets all of his power behind it, up and down over the wall and into that top right-hand corner. Goalkeeper Silvestri with absolutely no chance. You can't blame the fella at all because that's a perfect free kick is what it is from 31 yards out. Nonetheless, it's unbelievable. It's Cresswell's second goal for the club. His first one, you'll remember, was goal of the season last year against Everton, and this one was just as good. What a peach. He loves getting forward. I'll tell you what, Cresswell is always forward. I don't know how often you see on the highlights, but he's always forward, whipping crosses in, getting forward, taking shots from about 20, 25 yards. He also loves smashing shots off of corners, getting him on goal just like that right there. Look at the touch from Cresswell. He's so good. Ball comes out to him. He takes one touch to set it up for himself, hits it on the half volley, and forces Silvestri into a wonder saver. It could have been two from range for Aaron Cresswell. He's unable to score there, but Wickham plays him Amalfitano through. The French midfielder does really well, but does have his shot blocked, forces it into a corner, which he will then step over to take. Will the French midfielder Morgan Amalfitano, we brought in from West Bromwich Albion before we started managing this career. He was brought in for the start of Season 1 by the previous West Ham management. He floats it in. Nolan floats it to the back post. Connor Wickham on hand. And it's another goal for the former Sunderland striker. Beautiful finish. Wickham, he knows it's 4-0, so he doesn't go all out on celebrating, but he does thank Amalfitano for a great cross in. Nolan just floats it back to the back post, and Wickham on hand for a simple header into the side netting all the way across the face of goal. And it's an absolute beauty. What a game for Wickham. What an appearance for him joining the club and putting in such a great performance. And that would really be all she wrote. We would finish the game up with a 4-0 victory. You'll see the final totals here, but I'm going to talk about the 3 stars of the game. The Moose's Mighty Hammer 3 stars. 1 point goes to our goalkeeper, the youngster Tom Thomas, for getting his first clean sheet. You can see he didn't have a ton of action, made 1 or 2 nice saves. His distribution was actually really good, I'll give him that. And he played a solid game. Kevin Nolan picking up 2 points because he did have a goal. I think he had 1 assist as well. He should have probably had 2 because he didn't get 1 technically on the 3rd goal. But he should have 1 as well. And the 3 stars, 3 points go to Connor Wickham for a 2-goal performance. An absolute wonderful way to welcome himself to the team. And we'll see if he can keep up that form in the next episode, guys.